Yesterday I was reading about the probability of certain things to happen. One of those was the probability of dying due to the fall of an asteroid. Totally understood. The probability was insignificant. But then I read that my chances of dying because of the asteroid were actually higher than the probabilities of a normal person winning the lottery. Thinking about this, from my point of view, I will answer a question proposed by me. What would a normal person do with the Powerball money? In 1987, Roy Kaplan published the article Lottery Winners, the myth and reality in the Journal of Gambling Behavior. This article was based on a study of 576 people, all of them past lottery winners. Statistics gathered from the study expose that the winners are often older than the general population average and are more often male than female. But what is really important is that people with a well-paid job and well mental health, in other words, people who like their jobs, did not quit from them. But in the other side, people who work in a low-paid job and unskilled jobs were far more likely to quit the labor force in comparison with the first side. Contrary to common beliefs, people gave large sums to their children and churches. The most common expenditures were houses, cars, and trips. My own point of view of this is that money calls money. So if we have such a large amount of money, it is very easy to generate money, obviously, by making smart investments. But take into consideration that if you don't dominate investments, you might not want to invest in the stock market, because it will become a massive disaster. Bearing this in mind, you are now a rich person, so surround yourself with people who dominate this market. There will be people who tell you to invest in technology, others will say that cryptocurrency, others will say that in real estate. Others will tell you to invest in art, because art is also an investment. One of the main reasons why rich people buy their very expensive paintings is because their value speculates as they are reevaluated over time. You can invest in gold, you can invest in raw materials of any type, or you can invest in startups. Apart from this, you can invest in safer things at the level of bonds and letters of the state. Investments are all about postures. There might be people who tell you to invest in artificial intelligence because it seems to be the future. Just be after your interest and the market you already know. One important thing that you might want to keep in your mind is that touching such a lot of money could lead you to lose your head, because after all, there are many people after perceiving such a price after ruining in a margin of 7 years, because they do not know how to manage that style of life. The second smartest thing you have to do is try to keep your feet on the floor and your head very, very cold. With $400 million, you buy your house in Malibu, you buy your McLaren, that of course, it is not a good investment, because a McLaren generates many expenses. Buying a car is never going to be a good investment, since it is leaving they are losing value after you leave the dealer, unless it is a car with a little bit of history. It is scary, but because we have $400 million, I think we can afford a McLaren. Speaking personally, I will buy another functional car and leave the McLaren for the weekends. Apart from this, clearly replicating the expenditures from the people in the article, I will travel to see the world, staying at good hotels and having good feasts. That is what anyone will do. For me, the gist of the matter is that without falling into waste, I am able to enjoy and being clear that every month we have some income that is coming from our investments. And not everything is spending and wasting money. Because it seems that we have a lot of money, But that money can be ended. I will evaluate my income to be at least equal to my expenses to support my standard of living without perceiving any loss.